What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I got caught sharing the show out again. My name, of course, is Mr. Big Daddy Cool Tim Tabala. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, the one and only A to the Z, Eric, my friend.
Yes,
It-
sir.
It's kind of a depressing kind of day so far.
Yeah, it's not that great, man.
It's
Not
not.
that great at all.
It's I mean, I wanted to get back into the fun show that we usually like to bring, the joking, the fun, the excitement. Oh, by the way, I'm sick again.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what's going on, but I had to buy these things with the vitamin C that comes with the side. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah,
Oh,
I have a cold again. So if I
holy
sound weird,
shit, dude.
that's why. Um,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, the best way to describe what's going on, I'm just gonna pop it up.
Yeah,
Just
just
gonna
we
pop
might
it
as
up,
well just get right into it.
and this is basically what's going on in the WWFE right now. Let's
Right.
just let it go.
I'm going to kill what I created. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill my creation. I'm going to inject WWF with a lethal dose of poison.
And that sums it up.
And who knew, what foreshadowing that is from 20 years ago. Like,
It's an amazing thing. Just we'll review it real quick. Vince McMahon, we talked about it last week, decided to come back.
yep.
Supposedly it was just because he wanted to sell, and the buyers and everyone else wanted him in place for the sale to happen.
hmm
So he had to come back for something like that. So we've all been speculating all week who's going to buy it, what's going to happen, who's going to be in charge, blah 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 blah. And as of an hour ago or so, the news came down that Stephanie McMahon has now resigned as CEO due to her father returning.
hmm
That's horseshit. That's
Ooh,
not good news. That is not
no.
good news for fans. That is not good news for the company. That is not good news for the wrestlers, the backstage people. That's not good news for Triple H.
No.
I don't know where is he gonna lie. So I mean, let's just get right down to it. There's so many speculations that you got Fox, you got Disney, you got NBC because they already got you got several Middle Eastern people wanting to buy it.
Yep.
I'm assuming Tony Khan is going to throw his hat in the ring eventually
Oh, yeah. He's
if he
got
hasn't
to.
already. So Eric, right now I'm gonna go right to you right now. Who do you think? What's going to happen? Who would you like to see? And I mean, is this the end? Is this the end of our childhood, basically?
Yeah. I think it's the end of it. Because Vince has slowly been. I mean, we've talked about it, numerous times. I see we have a guest.
Yeah, we have this guy, Mobile Dave returns.
Mobile Dave returns, but
When he's
yeah, Tim,
invited, yes.
it's
Dave, you're part of
it's
the
a-
show. You don't have to an invitation. You just come on. How many times am I going to tell
exactly.
you that? You're the third man. You just come on. You don't need the invite.
I know
But
Primo's
no,
boss, isn't giving me access yet, even though he just yelled at me about it.
but
Dave,
no, they
Eric's about to tell us. We were discussing about Stephanie just announcing her resignation and the possibility of who buys it, how buys it, and what happens. So Eric, yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. Do what you got to do.
no, it's yeah. My opinion, it's I think our childhood ended years ago when the company took a different turn. I mean, it's not since about 2008, 2010, it hasn't been the same, and that's how things go. Things change, but I mean, it didn't have to change. It could have stayed wrestling, but when they took wrestling out and all that stuff, it changed the product. And I hate using trend words, but yeah, Steph was on a leave of absence or whatever before she even took the CEO job, and then she took that, and now she has resumed her leave of absence. Upon her resignation, she officially resigned as co-CEO. So now Nick Khan is the only CEO in place now. Vince is back in the big guy chair. He's calling the shots again. Obviously, if Stephanie is resigning, you know that Vince is going to have his hand in everything again. As far as the sale of the company goes, like you said, there's a lot of front runners. There's Disney, there's Fox, there's Discovery, Paramount. I've heard of numerous of, but honestly, I don't think it's coincidental that the WWE has been like in the Middle East and Saudi Arabia, because like I was saying in the chat, $5 billion to them is just like us three handing somebody $50. It's a drop in the hat to them. It absolutely means nothing to them. So they could buy the WWE just like that. And I think, honestly, I think it's going to be a Middle Eastern company. And I don't know if it's going to be, I'm sure they're still going to be in business. What it means for people like us fans, I don't know. But I know that wasn't it a Chinese company that bought UFC? They the main owners of UFC now, a company from China or Japan or something.
No,
I'm not really.
Isn't it still what's his name, Dana White?
I think he's the president, but I think the company is like owned by a foreign.
Is it Chinese?
I think so. Chinese or Japanese, one of the two. They're an Asian firm. Oh, I believe owns the. But they've thrived a little bit. Needless to say, their product's pretty boring anymore. But yeah, they've actually upturned and they've done well. So as far as like doing well, yeah, I think they're going to do well. But is it going to be something that we, the diehard fans who have, because let's be honest, the formula of wrestling has changed. It's not actually really wrestling anymore. It's and I'm not going to go into dissecting all of what it is anymore because everybody knows what I think. But it would be nice to see the basic premise of professional wrestling come back and not all this glitz glamour and high spot and entrance, and they spend more time on entrances and outros than they do the whole match. A 15-minute match is like unheard of nowadays. You see it, you're like, oh, but anyway, yeah, I think my bet is a Middle Eastern company. I think the Saudis probably already have something in place. They probably already have the high bid, and nobody's gonna, let's face it, if they do throw their hat in the ring, nobody's going to outbid them. Not even whoever that guy is that has that other thing. So that's what I think.
Dave, what about you? Who do you think will end up buying it, and who would you want to see at least buy it?
Who do I want to see least buy it, or who do I want to see most?
Who would you most like to see buy it, and who do you think will end up buying it? We just lost him. Just as soon as he said answer.
Look at him.
Dude,
it's almost as good as his.
We're making fun of this face right here.
Look at him.
You're back. Are you back? You're back. We're just making fun of your still face.
I think the company that
I wish I knew how to screenshot. I would have got that.
The company that will most likely buy it would be like your NBC, just because since they already have the deal with Peacock, I feel like that would be their easiest bet. I don't know if they're going to want to fork over as much money. I could see what AZ was saying about the Saudis buying it, but I don't think that automatically means the end of WWE, because I'm pretty sure they're going to leave your Triple H in charge, and then it's just going to be his company to run. Vince will just be out of it. Who I would like to see most buy it is the man who has another little company around there in Jacksonville. I would love to see him buy it, just because I would like to see the power get to this man's head. And imagine him just cutting another one of those epic promos and just doing like his own version of Vince saying he bought his competition, and then we would see the Best Bout Machine actually win the WWE Championship.
That's a lot of cocaine. If he buys WWE, that's a lot of cocaine.
That's I don't see that, honestly. That's a nice fantasy. It really is. It would be interesting, but No,
Well-
I agree with you, Dave. I don't think the product would be necessarily bad. Like I said, it's not. I don't think it's going to tank. But like I said, for guys like Tim and I, like I know Tim, you still follow it a lot, but it's just not.
No, it's not the same because
It's
like
not
I
the
said,
same.
it's not the same because they're going more on the entertainment aspect where you have to have like a good production. You want to see these massive, at least for like big events, like these sell out these massive stadiums with these tremendous stages. Where if you go back to like what wrestling used to be, we can just watch NWA and see that that's not gonna make money nowadays. You can't do like your little sets anymore because that's just not drawing.
It's not, and it's sad because it's taken away from the formula, like the basic wrestling. Like nobody, I agree with you, Dave, because the common fan now can't sit and appreciate like Arn Anderson versus Larry Zbyszko, a match like that. They want to see Seth Rollins versus whoever, or even like I can't believe I'm going to say it, Kenny Omega versus what they want to see a style like Bryan Danielson or something like that. That's what they're.
But still, I mean, your Bryan Danielsons and like Cesaro still go back to like that. Like
they kind of do, but
hard hitting. But yeah, you have more of like the high flyer, like high spots where everything, like all spots.
Yeah. And Tim, like I said, it's not necessarily it's bad, but what I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's too bad that we've been like the common era fan has been like almost tuned, like molded to not appreciate like true workmanship, true whatever. Like I'm not saying these guys are bad workers; they're good workers for what they're doing, but like it's just not. It's not the same. It hasn't been.
But you know what probably ruined that? It was, as much as we love it, the Attitude Era sort of ruined that wrestling.
It really did. No, you're right, Dave.
Because
You're right.
everything was shock value, and that's what it is now. You just have to do it the PG version. What's the PG version? 5,000 flips, spots every other segment's a spot.
Super kick party.
Super kick party, exactly.
Yeah, finishers don't mean anything anymore. That kind of thing. But I'm the first one to admit, and I've admitted to Eric 100 times. It took me 30 years to appreciate your Arn Anderson versus your Larry Zbyszko matches. I can watch them now. Like when I was a kid, I couldn't watch NWA because it was dark. It was dark. It was like a smoky, dark, tiny little arena. It was the production sucked. Then you turn the channel. You got WWF back in the day. You're like it's lighting. It's entrance music. It's like I can watch this. I can't watch the NWA shit. Now I have a better appreciation for the. And they said there was probably a period, a couple of years there where, as popular as WWF was, NWA had the better wrestling show.
They did.
Back then, they couldn't appreciate that. Now I do.
And it's so weird that you never like. I was always amazed that you never like got into the other territories, like even WCCW on ESPN or AWA.
WWE was the be all end all.
Yeah, well, we're in the Northeast and we got it the most. Like, but like the AWA at a time was almost like WWF light. Like it had the same kind of. They kind of directed the matches almost the same way. They didn't have the gimmicks, I guess, like they did. But I always thought the AWA was similar. NWA started getting similar to it, like especially in the Jim Herd era when they sold the Turner and Jim Herd took over, and you had like the Ding Dongs and shit like that. But no, the WWF, they had the Garden. They had all the big. I mean, let's face it, the WWF had the major markets.
They had TV. Yeah. That's the most important thing. They had TV.
And the major markets, they had Philadelphia, they had Boston, they had New York. I mean, and they had Washington, D.C. Like, there's your four biggest markets of media right there.
Once they put the Garden shows on MSG back in the day, that was magic. That was magical back in the day.
And it was fun to watch those because it was just like you felt like you were in the Garden because they'd follow you on the Rangers, like down the Rangers locker room. You know what I mean? And they go out and it's definitely true, but.
Yeah, it was a different. I'm hoping. I don't know. I'm torn between. I want someone who's going to buy it, who's going to want to appreciate it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to go with you as far as the Middle Eastern company for one reason. They're going to buy it, and then stay the fuck out of it. That's what I personally think. They're not going to bring in
they might, yeah.
some Saudi prince who's going to sit at a table and say, "This is what we're doing this week." No,
Yeah.
they're going to say, "Here's the money. You tell us
Yep.
what you need to run this show. You run this show." I mean, they
Yeah,
may make demands as far as, well, when you come to Saudi Arabia, this is what we want. We want you to bring this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this,
Yeah.
which is fine. You take a pay-per-view off. You can't. I see the thing. You cancel certain storylines, and you give them what they want. That's fine. You make it a big house show. In other words, make it a huge, fun house show for the Saudis, and then you get back to real business the following week. I'm hoping for that. Tony Khan, I don't see it.
No.
It'd be interesting, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, especially since like they're not struggling, but like, you know, their deals with their television and everything are off, and I think didn't the Turner and all them get sold again or something? Like,
we've been saying this for weeks now. What's the major problem with AEW? It's not the talent. It's not really it's the fact that the owner and the EVPs are doing all the booking. It's a problem.
Stop. The EVPs don't do any of the bookings anymore.
No, they don't. Who does it? It's strictly Tony Khan.
It's just Khan,
and that's even worse. That's even more.
That's
of a problem.
even worse. Yeah, that's even worse.
You gotta have. How Regal didn't get that job, I don't know. And
that was stupid.
Gone.
That was stupid. They didn't give him that job.
I think what persuaded Regal to go back was his son to WWE.
Yeah. But I mean, how do you not offer him at least?
Well, it did, but
a job at least though. How
do you not? I don't think he wanted to leave in the first place. I don't think Regal really wanted to leave it. He got let go, you know. But
I mean, and I feel like you could. The thing is that Tony Khan, well, both of them, because I was gonna say, you know, you can even bring I know some people won't like it, like an Eric Bischoff to, you know, just have like a different mindset there, and you know, not to make his mistakes, but they've had like battling of words where Bischoff will say something bad about Khan, and then Khan just takes it too personally. It's like you got to be able to take the criticism. How many times have people, not just us, everyone, criticized what Vince does, and he doesn't care. He still goes about he still went about his day.
You got to take one on the chin, man. You got to be able to take one on the chin.
You have to know when you mess up, when you're down in the dumps, when to call it an L. And I feel like bringing someone like Bischoff, or I mean, you could have got your Regal as well, would have been like a different mindset. You know, you can teach this, you can do that, but instead, you know, you have. But he also has people like Chris Jericho that, you know, are back there, and he trusts.
Hey, if Jericho wants to quit and book, I would trust Chris Jericho. I would. But again, I said that's the one major thing I think AEW is missing. You can't have the owner booking the way he books.
No,
you can't do it because he's all over the place. And like you said, how many wrestlers have they brought in, promised the world, and have all taken out a back seat? They're all gone. They're just. Andrade's gone. Rusev, where the hell happened to him? He's gone.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes
saw this shit. He's like, I'm not doing. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's just a weird fucking time in wrestling right
now. And it's too bad because if you look at like an AEW show like Dynamite, like the look of it, like what the mat, like how it's presented, it's pretty cool looking. Like you're not in an overly huge arena. You know what I mean? And you're not.
I've been to 3 shows already, and they're all fun. They're all great. The crowds are ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the whole product, and because my thing is always less is more. Like you don't need the 8-minute intro. You don't need, because that's what the problem I think with
they don't start with promos. They start off with the match, and then they'll go into like that.
See, that's the funny thing, Eric. That's why me and Dave we always say we don't understand why you don't like AEW more, because they are more what you want.
I do. I watch a lot of clips of AEW. I get lost in the shitty, like you say, the shitty booking. It's like every week I watch a clip or two. I'm like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Like it's, you know, and it doesn't make sense to me anyway. It's just, I feel that both companies could go in a better direction if they relent. I think, like I said, less is more. Like WWE is just like, it's too much anymore. It's like you almost already know what's going to happen. You almost already know, you know, who you're going to see. It's like they got all these, even AEW's got all these guys signed, and I just think the booking is shit in AEW. That's, like I said, I would probably tune in every week and watch every show if it was booked better for my taste. You know, for my taste, and I know it's different with everyone, but.
Could be.
The thing is that AEW, I think also along with like the booking, one of the problems that it's what the wrestlers have is that they're all, which is not a bad thing, trying to go out there and steal the show, but you can steal the show not doing a high spot every other like move.
Yeah.
Or fuck.
But also, Dave,
We lost Dave again.
yeah. Well, another thing I want to point out real quick is wrestling has a pecking order too. It's like, there's certain guys that aren't superstars, so they're mid card, okay? But you do whatever you got to do it. Like Mr. Perfect, for example, ultimate mid carder, ultimate mid carder. No, but Mr. Perfect was the ultimate, and he did it well, dude. And you fucking loved watching his matches. You know what I mean? But everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants to be the big superstar. It's like, focus on your big feud. Have your smaller feuds. Everything just gets too chaotic and, in my opinion, crossed. You know what I mean? It's hard to follow, hard to get into.
That's what happens when there's not enough companies.
Yeah, territories. There's not enough territories.
There's a lot of wrestlers and not enough room for all of them.
Yep, that's the truth.
You know what I mean?
That's a reason too, Tim, that I think what is killing wrestling is Vince is the ultimate. He did this great big thing, but he also ruined it, and now we're really seeing it's. Well,
now here's a question. I want. Hopefully, Dave gets back. This is an interesting question too. He's back right now.
There he is, the best pod machine.
You back? You back?
You back, Dave?
He's back.
He's back.
I guess for now.
Sorry. Let me ask you both a question. This is a question I want to hear. Is his ego, Vince, obviously, so out of whack? Because supposedly he came back because to sell the company, the board wants him to be in charge of it. The companies want him in charge of it. Blah blah blah. TV, all that bullshit. Or, which is my personal opinion now, is he really like his fucking ego is so out of whack and so out there that it's almost like I'm going to kill my own fucking company because he did not want to go. He did not want to resign. He was forced to, basically.
Yeah.
So now he's coming back saying, fuck you all. Even maybe to Stephanie. Who knows? Even maybe to Stephanie in there. Maybe this wasn't a very, ceremonious thing that happened. Maybe this was like, Dad, you go get the fuck out of here. I'm going to run this company now. And now he's back saying, oh, no, dear, I'm back. And I'm going to sell this motherfucker, and you guys go do what you got to do now, and I'm going to take my money and get the hell out of here kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like we played the promo in the beginning. I'm going to kill my own company. If anyone's going to kill this company, I'm going to do it. Do you think there's any truth to that whatsoever? Or am I just talking out my ass?
There could be some truth to that. I would hope not, even though the whole situation kind of like, I read like before logging on what Stephanie said, like put out the statement. And Vince is coming back to be executive, whatever title he gave himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, how bad does that look that you resigned because of all the allegations, everything went away, and now you're back? Like, I feel like that just kind of looks worse than the allegations. I feel like.
I think so
you
too.
Kind of just said, I don't care. I'm back now.
Yeah.
And Vince never loses, does he?
No. Well, I think also that I think that Vince, during this meteoric rise of WWE, they bought WCW, they bought ECW, he killed the territories. I think it got to his head. I mean, and I think his obsession with being a billionaire and being the best there is at what he does, it's like, I think he lost sight of actual wrestling. You know what I mean? Like where he came from. And I think that, like you said, Dave, I think that the Attitude Era was like the foreshadow of what we have now. It's like the shock value, the less wrestling, more bullshit. Because Tim, like, think back to like a Bret Hart versus Kurt Hennig SummerSlam match, or like all those kind of matches. I mean, they were the workers, and they were damn good matches. But nowadays, like, you don't have anybody who has that kind of value to put a match on like that. You know what I mean? And I think Vince just kind of lost sight of that and was, I don't know if like the Russo thing just stuck on him, but
But
Yeah,
they
Nick
also
Khan,
stop building
Yep.
stars.
Jason, we know, but the problem is for how long?
for how long? Yeah.
You know, Stephanie's gone. Is this the beginning of the walkout? Is this strategic? Did she leave on on purpose? Is it again? Is it ceremony? Is it what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I guess ceremony is kind of. Is it planned? Is it part of the plan
Right.
for her to step down now?
What
Or
was this all in going on as even if we did even though we didn't know it? What was
because Triple H is gonna if she's out like out, Triple H might not be far behind,
no?
especially if he's selling this company. He might be like
Yeah.
unless of course the sale says, listen, you can have the company, the library, the merchandising, all that bullshit, the TV, but you have to have this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You know, Triple H has to be kind of creative. This guy has to be here to this is what you want to keep in contact. Then I don't care who the hell owns it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm glad to see Vince go then because the dude's been out of touch for like 10 years now. So I don't
I think
mind
more
if
than
he goes.
that. Yeah, I think more
I
than that.
hope it's not an ego thing, like I said. If anyone's going to kill my company, it's going to be me. That type of thing, because then that's just
I see that though. I see that with Vince.
But that's a fuck you to guys like us. Then
It is.
I've been watching
It
for
is.
40 years, 40
So have I.
fucking years. You know what I mean? Even longer than that.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you serious? You know, that's what he's going to do. He's going to screw everybody over like that. I'm just hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that's just it's time to sell. But again, if I want to hear from Shane, I want to hear from Stephanie, I want to hear the truth from them, not what Vince is telling them to say. Or what's coming
I don't think you're ever gonna, Tim. I don't think you're ever gonna until after the sale and they do like a confidential sit down with like Stephanie McMahon, like a 2020 thing. Or
I was gonna say when he dies, it's probably when it will come out because
that's when it's all gonna come out. Yeah.
Vince isn't going to say anything to make his legacy look even worse than it is. Like, he's going to try to make, which is why I don't know why he would want to sell it. Like, or he would want to kill it because why kill your legacy?
Ego.
Yeah.
It's just ego. He's a big ball of ego. That's all it is.
And this has been in his family, like his dad and then his grandfather. Like, this goes back to the 40s. So it's like
why not just leave Steph with it?
It was Capital Wrestling or something. Yeah, it was Capital Wrestling before it was WWF. And
think about Shane McMahon's kids. You know those boys. He has old boys.
Yeah.
You know they're all just waiting their turn.
Yeah.
And Grandpa goes out and sells the fucking company out from underneath them. It's like, really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Like the Ray Scott syndrome. Scott's Quagga Lake Resort. He never left it to any of the kids. He let it go to shit, and then it's it got sold for pennies on what it was worth.
It's horrible.
It is horrible.
And I just don't, Eric. I hate to do this to you, but I did watch it, and it said the kind of match you're looking for is that fucking Kenny Omega Ospreay match. It really is. I think you're going to enjoy that match if you watch the whole thing in its entirety, which was like 4 hours long, but still.
I don't know. I even heard, a certain, former, booker that, was out of touch most of the times, even give it a little bit of praise.
Corny didn't mind it. Yeah, he said it was. He said it wasn't a bad match.
Okay.
But yeah, I would just love to see. I mean, I know you take the Foofer. Hey, Foofer. Tell Jax I got something for him to try. I want him to try the new Starry, the new Pepsi drink.
I'll tell him.
Sierra Mist, yeah.
He loves that shit. Yeah, he does all. That's all he does is those. He does the little reveal shows.
Yeah, they're so fun. But yeah, no, I would love a modern product that rings of old school, but I know that things are progressive and things change, but still, football never changed. It's still basically the football game. Baseball never changed. Why does wrestling have to turn into this big talk show? You know what I mean? It's like a big, you know what I mean?
Not necessarily, because remember, if you look at football back, let's say 20 years ago, it was mainly all defense.
Yeah.
Right. And so then it came a couple of years ago, then it was high offense, everyone was passing for 5,000 yards, 40 something touchdowns. And now if you look at it this year, the scoring has been way down from previous years. So it kind of adapts. It's not obviously what people want to watch, You
But
know,
the
I feel
basic-
everyone likes the high offense or high defense, but
And you
Right,
can't
but
touch-
the
you
basic
can't touch the
premise of it
quarterback
is the
either.
same. You set up the same. You have the same play. Like that's what I mean. Like the foundation is what I'm trying to say. The foundation. It's not even like they're going off the foundation or the formula anymore. And it's like some companies. I see AEW like if they had the right booker and they developed the talent and they didn't have like 100 riders. They just had like Tony Khan could be the promoter. If they got a good booker, they could have a good product, man, a great product. It would be amazing. It's just it seems like everybody's running into each other, and you know what I mean. It just
So there's too many people there.
there's too many people there.
As soon as some of these, I'm pretty sure Sasha Banks, whatever the hell she's calling herself now, will be popping up at that next pay per view.
She will botching
She-
another move.
She's going to be Paige's partner. I heard. She's
it
going to
was
be
not her
Paige's
fault
partner.
that move got botched.
But it was
She
funny
should-
though.
She should have been. Listen, we learned. Listen,
And her
We
promo
learned
was like she was on drugs. It sounded like she was
Yeah.
high.
but we learned about how to deal with that when you're a wrestler. When you actually learn how to be a pro wrestler, not a sports entertainer. You learn if somebody doesn't give you something, you acquiesce to it and you turn it into something, then you finish the move. Like, you know what I mean? So I just don't feel that she was A, trained right, or B, didn't pay attention. You know what I mean? Like,
Kevin said he can see Vince make a statement if he was saying that he decided not to sell.
I
Because
can see that too.
But the Stephanie thing is why I don't know. I mean, I hope you're right.
I'm not fully convinced yet either, because here's the thing, and Corny said this too. He said Vince could swerve everybody and take the company private and be a private company again.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, scale down. You know what I mean? He's already a billionaire. Didn't they have their first $1 billion profitable year or something? They were in the billions, not the millions.
Dude, the whole Saudi Arabia thing.
Is that what did it?
Oh,
It
yeah.
had to have. It had to have.
They got a ridiculous amount of money for those pay-per-views.
There's no way like Tallahassee and Phoenix and all them are going to make him that kind of fucking money. You know what I mean?
There's just no way. Those Saudi Arabia shows, I forget what they said how much they get per show. Now that's why they went from one pay-per-view to two pay-per-views a year.
Yeah.
And now
Oh,
they're
it's
doing
probably-
now they're doing London. Now that they're doing a London pay-per-view now, live from London. That's going to be pretty cool.
It's
Money
happened
in the
or it's
Bank?
going to happen.
Money in the Bank. I think it's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Well, they
Money in
had
the
the Castle one in Wales.
Yeah, they had the Castle one recently.
That was in
Now they're
Cardiff,
doing
right?
another one. They're
Yeah,
doing
that
Money
was
in the Bank there.
That's pretty. I don't mind watching fucking wrestling on a Saturday afternoon. I think it's fun.
No,
that
man.
was fun. Now they're going to have this, and now they're going to have the one in London. That's going to be what 3:00 in the afternoon because they were 5 hours ahead of us,
Yeah, 5 or 6. Yeah.
something like that. So they started.
I think 5. I think 5.
3:00. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's just I don't know. It's just such a weird situation to be in right now.
It is. And it's the uncertainty knowing that something big is going to happen. We just don't know what it is.
But now let me ask you another question. That you said Dave, you just said it perfectly. Vince doesn't care what people think, but he's getting so much shit right now for coming back because everyone is so happy at the way the product took a turn when Triple H took over. They're revolting now against him. They're saying, "Dude, get the fuck out of here. We're finally enjoying wrestling for the first time in years, and now you're coming back, and you're going to fuck everything up."
Yeah,
But he has to. He has to hear that.
he does, and I think
Yeah,
you're
but I
going to
feel
see it
like-
with the ratings too.
I just don't think he cares though. If he came back after this, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
But it's
I
funny
agree.
like what you're saying because I did see like a couple memes that was like, oh, Bray Wyatt comes back and then Vince gets hired and then Bray Wyatt gets like canned again. Like how many? No, I think it was someone that said Triple H needs to hurry up this Uncle Howdy thing because Bray Wyatt's about to get canned again in the next couple
Yeah.
of weeks.
I wouldn't doubt it
I
either.
wouldn't doubt it. Yeah,
And that's another thing. What Vince is going to walk in and go, I don't. So, and again, that's the thing I want to bring up. Thank God you said that. Again, just a rumor. Can't confirm, can't deny that he wasn't happy with Triple H's decisions about bringing certain people back. Now
I heard
he's
that too.
back,
I read that. I read
he
that
start
multiple
going,
sources.
You're fired. You're fired again. You're fired again. Does that start happening? And you can't do it. You can't do that. So I don't know what the fuck. It's just a weird, sticky situation to be in.
I mean,
Vince will
Raul.
be Fox or Peacock, in my opinion. Vince will be after anyway. He's never going to be happy, Raul. That's one thing we should know
No,
about
it's
Vince.
not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Raul. That's. I know that's ultimately what would be like the big, like like wonderful thing, but
But listen, too, everyone shits on Disney. I'm not just saying this because
Okay, why not sell to Disney?
No, but Disney is really starting to. If they can make Deadpool 3 and they're going to make it R-rated, then they can have a wrestling show.
Hmm?
You just got to learn how to separate. You got to learn how to separate it.
Yeah,
And we would probably finally get our Hall of Fame that we can literally go to.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Disney can make a WWE land all they want.
Well, they're
Well, they're gonna
down Connecticut soon.
Well,
Stanford's
Connecticut
done in
moved.
the next
Didn't
couple of
they
months.
move? Didn't they move the
Yeah,
headquarters?
Stanford's done this year. And
I don't think it's done.
I heard they're moving to Florida.
No, they just moved down the street to a new headquarters. They don't have. It's in Stanford still.
Oh,
You
I
didn't
heard
see that?
Stanford was done within a year
Really?
because I think they want to do everything in Florida now. You might get your headquarters, your Hall of Fame, your all that shit
Wow,
down there.
Dave, you're not going to be far. You're within a day trip away to,
Yeah, just hours. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Disney would be that bad of a choice. Like, they're showing that they can do more than PG with all this Marvel stuff, Star Wars. So I think that they can. You just gotta blur the lines of wherever they're gonna do that. But WWE already barely does blood. They're not AEW that John Moxley, every time he comes out, he's bleeding because a butterfly landed on his face.
Yeah, John. I don't know. I'm over that whole thing.
So in other words, you don't want to see main event of WrestleMania after Disney buys it is Mickey versus Goofy for like the Intercontinental title, something like that.
No. God,
Yeah,
no.
you got to keep everything separated. As long as I don't care who buys it, as long as they keep the goddamn keep the show going. That's what I should really say.
It would be nice if whoever buys it, say the Saudis buy it, and say they scale back and scale down. Maybe this will give room for territories to come back because you got MLW. They're not a great big place, but they're okay. You have what's TNA Impact now? You have Impact. Are they still around?
Yep.
Yeah, they're still around. NWA's fledgling. You know what I mean? They're not doing very well, but they're still there. So there's potential to have territory system again, but I just don't think. I mean, you would think with the advent of the internet and how many indies there are and how many guys are wrestling, you would think that like these local. Well, actually, I meant to tell you guys, I do have some news. Excite Wrestling, which is based out of Binghamton, New York, they have a spot on Fox 40 up here. I think it's Fox 40 or WBNG or Fox 40, one of the two. At 2 a.m, they have their wrestling show now. So they have their own regional little wrestling show. So that would be kind of cool if things started building up like that for other places, like in Arizona or Michigan or wherever. Like it'd be kind of cool to have a territory system again. Guys can make a living, make money.
Go down there and make us the official talk show of that company.
That would be great. Oh, wait for Excite?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know one of the guys that does it. RD actually turned me on to him. I tried to message him once. I kind of got the whatever from him. Like he was like, I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm not shitting on the guy, but I didn't get a good feel for the first.
All right, well, fuck him in somebody then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's just being honest.
That's because we gotta send our Vince McMahon over there to talk to him.
We
exactly. Send our
do.
boss over there to have a little
Send the boss.
conversation with him.
Yeah, he's already bought one competition.
That's right.
He did.
Which I'm very disappointed. I haven't seen that promo. I haven't seen that TikTok made yet. I told him he's got to do it, and he hasn't done it yet. So I think we should also start pressuring him to do that.
We should. We really should.
It needs to be done immediately. I mean, that's all the big news. I said I want to get back to the fun stuff, but every time we try to get fun, it's like
something happens.
Yeah,
something happens, and it's like Jesus, stop already.
Yeah,
and it gets depressing. But we do have the Royal Rumble in a couple weeks. And supposedly, like I said, that we talked about it last week, the open door thing, whatever the hell they calling it, should be interesting. I'm hoping and praying.
I think I don't know if we're reading too much into it, but I think it just means that like former wrestlers that haven't been with the company are going to be. I don't think like AEW or Impact or anybody's going to be coming in. Like
you don't see.
I don't.
Murray coming back, Enzo and Big Cass or something.
That would be kind of fun.
Not Enzo. Enzo still can't wrestle.
No, he can't.
Great personality, but he couldn't wrestle for shit.
Oh, you mean actual? No, he can't work for shit. No,
No, he was
he
terrible.
can't work for shit.
Big Cat's got a little better. He's better now than he was back then.
He's
after
actually
the
doing
hamstring.
pretty good. Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
So I don't know. I'm hoping. Are we gonna do the pool again? I think we should do the pool again.
Yeah, why not?
The Royal
fun.
Rumble pool? Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun. That's always fun. It's the third year we did it or second?
I think it
I
was
think it's
second.
the third, right?
This would be the third.
Yeah, the
This would
third.
be the third.
This would be the
Yeah,
third.
'cause we
coming
did
up.
21, 22. This will be 23. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start collecting for that soon then, and we'll get those numbers drawn live on the
Live.
air, so you guys don't think I'm cheating. When we do
I
it
wish there
live.
was a way we could like simulcast. Like, I mean, we could obviously do the show while we all watch it, but we can't like have any noise or any
Oh, yeah.
video.
God forbid they hear something in the background. We'll be fucking.
No, you
sued.
could
Yeah.
you could have it. You could have the noise in the background. You just can't physically show the match.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want them getting all
So we,
fucking
we can
Metallica
literally
on
do
us.
this. We can do this while we're physically watching it and be talking about it.
Okay.
And you just hear
That's
like,
an idea, Tim. That's an idea, Tim. At least
we
for the
have-
Royal Rumble match.
We have to make sure we sync the TVs up because, like, if I have DirecTV, sometimes I'm like 10 seconds ahead of you guys or behind, or
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't
Because the one WrestleMania year, you were like a minute behind us all. Yeah,
yeah, because DirecTV sometimes is ahead, sometimes it's behind. It depends on the day.
that's who you got, DirecTV.
Yeah,
but you watch it now through Peacock, right?
Yeah,
yeah, but it's still through. the
his
TV.
internet's still through. Yeah,
It's still through that,
yeah,
way,
you're
that
right.
way. So, but it should be fun. We should try that this year, maybe.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
At
we'll
least-
do that pool.
at least like the Royal Rumble match would be fun, or even all of them. I don't know. Like I don't know. What else are we doing on a Sunday evening? You know what I mean?
Is it on Sunday? Oh yeah, it is Sunday, right? The 28th.
Yeah, Dave, you can't possibly put any more like gel in your beard during a day. Like that's got to be the end of it.
Wow,
You do
I
have a
forgot
pretty
about
epic beard, by the way. You do got a pretty. I'm quite jealous of that.
It just looks good on camera because when you see it in person, you're like, oh,
That's
it doesn't look,
I see it in
doesn't look
person.
that nice.
You
He's
just
got,
be birds.
he's got the USO thing going.
Yeah. Well, there's you got birds' nests and like little voles crawling in a lot of it. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because
Quite jealous of the hair too. You don't
salt
have a
and pepper.
bald spot, right? Do you have a bald spot?
Not
No,
yet.
You don't have any bald spot. You're not going bald.
He's too young.
Hope not.
How old are you, Dave? 33?
31.
31? Oh, yeah, you just started by now. You're good.
Got nice thick locks.
By the way, 7-Up, the Ancola.
Wow, no. What are you drinking? No RC today?
No,
I ran out of-
no Mountain Dew.
I ran out of RC. Listen, guys. I want to drop some shoot here.
Oh shit!
I've been actually snacking healthier. I ate oranges and peanuts, and I've been drinking like clear sodas and coffee, and you know what I mean. I've been trying to just be a little better about that. I still eat a bag of chips every now and then, but I'm trying to, I'm actually enjoying fruit again. It's pineapple.
Pineapple's always good. For
What?
you. A lot of sugar.
Fre-
though.
fresh pineapple is good. Fresh pineapple.
What?
Not the canned shit. The canned shit's no good.
Still a lot of sugar in that stuff, but it's still good though. It's better than
But the sugar was never a problem with me. That's
Oh boy.
The sugar and the Twinkies.
Yeah.
listen, man.
exactly.
I'm never going to turn a Twinkie down, but you just can't eat like 7 of them, at once. That's
I don't know how
a little
people
much.
eat one of them.
Oh,
they're
Twinkies
awesome.
are great, dude. Twinkies
God,
are
I
so
felt
good. You ever
so
you ever been to the fair and had a deep fried Twinkie, Dave?
Never.
It's so
Well,
good.
That I couldn't
It's
do.
so good. It's
I,
so good.
I don't like it not fried, so I can't imagine liking it fried.
Oh, do you ever have? Okay. Well, just like no, because no, you would never had that. So no, I'm not. I don't even have to. Well, I was gonna say like they have like Oreos too.
I've had
Like
that.
you've had the deep fried Oreo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right?
I've had that. My favorite deep fried dessert that I've had was actually a Reese's peanut butter cup fried.
Mm-hmm.
That was delicious.
That too. That was incredible. I thought.
I can't get into that stuff.
Oh,
Can't
Tim,
do
you
that.
don't know what you're missing, especially these like dingy, like the deposit fair, like
And
our
I,
fair.
I'll fucking eat anything. I'll eat
They've
anything.
been using the same batter for the last 5 years.
Probably they just close the truck up and open it back up.
That's the secret to getting Chinese food down here. That's the secret. That oil's been in that fucking fryer for fucking 3 years. That's why everything tastes good. That's a lot of people don't know outside New York City. They don't understand that part.
Yeah.
We
I gotta
we
admit,
change oil every day. That's why your food sucks. You gotta have
Chinese,
that,
the Chinese food down there is good. Like
just
we
like
had it one night.
the corner hot dog guys back in the day. You know why? Because that water was never changed. That's why you
Never
call them
changed.
dirty. You call them dirty water dogs.
Dirty water dogs.
They were the
I
will
think
say
the bagels. Do you think the bagels' secret is the water too?
yeah. 'Cause New
I
York
thought
has
that
the
was the
best
secret,
water.
the water.
Yeah, New York has the best water. They say so. It's always that's why it's like they say the Jews actually import it out of state when they open a bagel shop or something. They say that they import the water.
I think they actually get it I think the water comes from up here because your drinking water is our reservoirs, right?
Yeah, it's the reservoirs. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I take a piss, it flavors it.
That's
All right,
the everything bagel.
That's the everything bagel. Yeah.
All right, we're getting off the rails. That means it's time to go.
Yeah, we're getting
That means it's time to shut it down. And I'm gonna pop.
That's
NyQuil
A to Z talk. That's A to Z talk. That's,
Yeah, I'm gonna pop NyQuil anyway.
which, by the way, Dave, you could come to that, and you're still welcome to that anytime. So
Thank you.
Saying.
I need to get my login situation cleared with the boss. See if I get my credentials back, so that then I don't have to hound you guys every show to get on.
Speaking of which, Dave, where's your tag team partner?
Yeah, where's the line?
And where's your show? You got to bring your show back.
Yeah, Four Corners.
My tag team partner is out of commission for a little bit right now.
Okay.
Doesn't sound
Yeah,
good.
he's back on his bar stuff again.
Okay.
Oh, again. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys still tight? You still talk and hang out and shit?
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen him in a little bit, but we talk every now and then because where he used to literally live like 5 minutes from my house. So now he moved towards like where closer to the boss. So he's now like 45, 50 minutes from me.
Oh, okay.
And he's been working, I've been working, and he had like some family thing happen end of last year. So he kind of got off the rails with things, stopped studying for the bar. So now he's studying again, and he takes it in February one more time.
Oh, good.
So,
Well, like I said, if you want to start your show up again, I can fill in. I don't mind.
Speaking of shows, I got thinking. I think we're gonna move A to Z to a different night.
ooh.
I think Fridays. We tried Friday for a long time because we initially had Monday. Remember that, and then we had Sunday, which was fun. Sunday was a lot of fun, but Ed, has to have 1 week it's here, 1 week it's there, and it's like if you don't acquiesce to Ed,
He's shooting.
he has to. Well, no, it's just I try to be fair. I'm not shitting on Ed. I love Eddie, but it kind of everything got thrown around, and then all of a sudden I'm on Fridays now. I'm let's be honest. If anybody's going to carry a Friday night on Pop Culture Pros, it's me.
Yeah,
But,
TGIF.
Yeah, thank God it's TGIFAZ. But no, I was toying to the idea, guys, of changing the nights, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But
I like
It could
Friday.
be like a late night talk show.
That's what I like. That's why I like Friday because I like doing the late show. I think we get more audience when we go on later.
we kind of do, and that's the other thing I was toying with. Maybe not going on till like 10:30, but we got to make sure like we're into it and we're like vibrant because I don't want to like be falling out and But yeah, so we'll have to nap. I guess we'll have to nap Friday afternoon before we go on. Tim, is that a pot leaf or a DX on your hat?
That's a DX.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's my DX hat.
I didn't think you'd have a pot leaf on your.
No, I don't promote.
I didn't think you like made the transition to Hancock yet.
No, I'm not doing that stuff yet.
No.
But yeah, all right. So what else we got going on this week? We have Granny's was last night. We're tonight. Sportsmanlike will be. I don't know when are we doing that day. Tonight, tomorrow night, Thursday night. Who knows?
Well, I know it's Unsportsmanlike, and then the Giants show the following night, right? So
Yeah,
the boss always switches them up.
yeah, we're all switched up.
He's
so
worse than Ed.
Pay attention for those. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on in sports.
Skyliners, I think, is on Thursday too.
Yeah, playoffs are starting. Skyline Views is Thursdays, and like I said, Friday will be A to Z. It was my fault we didn't go on last week. I had
Yep, that's right. You didn't feel good.
I had a stomach issue last week,
Yeah,
Like, it's that fucking butter and that popcorn, man.
it's so good though.
But I ate the whole damn bucket.
Movie theater?
I've done that.
Me and my kid went to see Megan, and I was like, "You want some popcorn?" He's like, "No," because he woke up late, so he ate breakfast late. So I ate the whole bucket.
Oh
And then
yeah, I've done
I
it.
went home, and all of a sudden, I took a little nap. And I woke up, and it felt like there was a bowling ball right in the center of my stomach. I was like, "What is this?" And then all of a sudden, I went to the bathroom. It was coming out this way. It was coming out the other way.
I was gonna say, usually it gives me the shits. It's
Yeah, I had to lay down for a while, and laying down for a while meant I went to sleep at 6ish. Woke up at like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I missed all the football games Saturday night. It was horrible.
Oh shit.
I had to watch the replays on the NFL Network.
So that happens to me when I either like getting popcorn, or my other thing to do is get nachos and a hot dog. Every
Ooh.
time I do that nachos hot dog combo, I am feeling like crap for the next day. Oh,
Crushes your stomach, man. It crushes it.
it's awful, but so good at the time.
It
at
is
the
so
time,
good. And the popcorn,
exactly.
what theater? Regal, Tim? The
Yeah.
one we went to? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that popcorn is so good.
It is. It's so damn good.
Popcorn is so
I
good.
can't eat the whole damn thing anymore. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Yeah, I'm
Eagles
with
is
you
on
there.
right now. Eagles on right now. I temp taping it. And
That's
then
right.
I'm gonna
Oh wait,
watch
there's something else that happened. Well, I didn't see too much of it. I just saw the clip that I forgot who was it that sent it in the chat about Mandy Rose finally, I guess, opening up, but didn't really say anything.
Yeah, she
Was
really
that you,
didn't say much.
Tim? Did
She
you
didn't
send
say
that or
too-
the boss?
Oh, the boss put the clip in there. Yeah, she was in my job today.
Oh yeah.
Was she?
Yeah, because Tamron Hall's right. That's where they filmed. But
I
there was
don't know who. I still got to figure out who she is. I never saw her wrestle much, and
That's the boss's woman. That's why.
Well, she was
Okay.
on NXT like the last year and a half,
Yeah, they put her on NXT because she wasn't doing as well on the main roster.
and she thrived in NXT.
Yeah, she was champ for 400 days,
wow.
400 plus.
And then the OnlyFans debacle. Now, like I said, I wasn't trying to I mean, the boss got all fucking. Here we go again. He got all fucking butthurt when I. Why can't he do that? Why can't? I'm not saying she can't. I'm saying that there might have been a clause, like you know how the WWE is. They don't want you doing anything. They want you. They're pretty stringent in what their activity for you is, and I'm guessing that probably that there was an overlooked paragraph that she probably violated a term of her contract. They probably just got rid of her, So
Well, from what I had read, it was WWE has a contract with Mattel, and I guess Mattel makes toys. That was one of the violations. So I guess that's when they're like, maybe we got to can her.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense then.
That
makes perfect sense. What's Chris asking down there?
Hang on, I'm bringing that up. We got here. Mary Rose very good. She's got a good run. Chris is saying she's hot. Chris says, have you ever met Vince, Eric?
I've seen Vince at shows, not backstage, but we were outside hanging out once, and Vince, Pat Patterson, Bruce Pritchard, and somebody else all came out together and got in a car. So I was probably 20 feet away, but we didn't hoot holler or anything. It's we were kind of awestruck, oh wow, there's Vince, and all these guys. So not awestruck because we only, we were kind of he was the commentator back then, but still he looked important. So we didn't, so we just kind of saw them getting this shitty rental car. But no, I've never met Vince.
Here you go, Eric. Here she is. This
Holy shit.
But he's never physically seen her?
I guess I probably have, but never paid much attention to, realize that. I don't know. Her face is kind of The rest of it, though,
trying to find a good, a really good
work with that.
Where's her now? I'm trying to find a picture of her now.
That's a nice picture you just did there.
Just put NXT.
Well, how about OnlyFans leaks?
Oh, let's take a look at that.
I don't see anything. This is basically her now, though, with the dark hair.
That's okay. That's okay. Not bad.
I forgot about that storyline.
Yeah,
Farachi's into this one?
Yeah, this is his woman.
This is his? Okay.
Trying to find a good one. Let me put in NXT.
Oh shit. OnlyFans. OnlyFans are allowed to look.
Oh, I'm popping up here. Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay.
That's her more now, the dark hair. Oh, you see her there? She dressed as Shawn Michaels
That's kind of cool.
in the
I
barbershop.
never saw that.
Yeah.
With the
He did.
barbershop. Wow.
They jumped through the window. Oops. Sorry.
Oops.
Well, that's basically her now. Now you know who she is.
Hey, speaking of the barbershop and back to like the Hall of Fame thing, I think that something is brewing with that because there are so many videos out now where people visit the WWE warehouse and like you said with the Treasures show. And that's, by the way, that's I read on some comments on the A&E Facebook and Instagram that Treasures is coming back.
Actually, you just reminded me. I saved it. Legends is also coming back.
And I was going to say that too. Legends is coming back.
February 19th, Biography Legends. Dusty Rhodes,
Kane,
China, Kane, Jake the Snake, the Iron Sheik, and the NWO.
So the NWO and Jake the Snake, I think we know about that, but the Sheik and Kane and China would be cool.
Dusty Rhodes would be cool too.
Dusty Rhodes would be really cool.
That makes sense. Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of Dusty stuff now. That's for sure.
Think so?
Yeah, now that they got Cody back, for sure.
Yeah, February 19th. That's coming back. I showed
Oh, Tim, who's the first one you mentioned? Who was it again?
Dusty.
Who was it?
Dusty Rhodes, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it with my cold, but yeah, Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Tim or Chris, no football talk.
Tomorrow, Chris. Tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow or Thursday. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'll depend on the boss. All right, we need to get out of here. I need to prep NyQuil and watch the Golden Globes. I go to sleep.
So the Golden Globes are tonight?
8 o'clock they're on.
Wow.
Oh my God, there's so many things going on today.
Yeah, usually they're on Sundays. I don't know why the hell they're on a Tuesday.
Really is.
But
That's why I'm saying I thought it was Sunday.
Yeah,
Dave, you wearing a tight T-shirt or are you getting biceps?
It's not a tight T-shirt.
Dave's jacked. You know Dave's jacked
Are
there.
you jacked now, Dave? Let's see.
I'm not jacked. I just came from the gym, so I have a little bit of
Let's
a pump.
Let's see it. Come on, let's give us something.
What do you?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Getting shy.
Come on. Oh, there's some gunnage there. There's some gunnage there.
He's got guns.
You got some guns, you know. Yeah, I mean, fuck, look at mine. I don't fucking got shit anymore. So,
because
you got some gunnage.
You're right now, you're picking the corn from the field every day.
Not in the wintertime, Dave. That's
all right. We're gonna go. Let's get out of here before that's a whole other conversation ready to start. So as we gave you all the shows for the rest of the week. Make sure you follow us everywhere. You can follow us YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, Amazon.
Your sister's ass.
Fucking Doritos, Mountain Dew, Pepsi, fucking Raw Channel 11, 12, USA, A&E, AMC. We're on everywhere. We're everywhere. So just make sure you follow us.
Public access.
Yeah, we're everywhere. So any last words before we go, guys?
Oh, no. Hell of a show.
Hell of a show.
Yep.
So hopefully next week we get back to some more fun, some Royal Rumble fun to prepare for the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we should review some Rumbles. Yeah, we should review some Rumbles.
We'll watch some funny ass Rumbles.
Hell yeah.
What we do?
Oh.
The Royal Rumble is in what? 3 weeks? 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks.
Well, I know how you want to decide the order. Well, first off, we got to see who wants to participate in our Royal Rumble draft. What we should do is do a simulate. I don't know do any of you guys have? I have an old WWE game.
I have 2K22.
What you can do?
I don't know what we have. We have one. We have something.
Everyone someone picks a wrestler from the game, and do a mini battle royal. And however they get eliminated, that's the pick you get.
Oh,
It's possible.
That's interesting.
Are you gonna trust me not to rig it?
Yeah,
Well, I
don't
would
trust me
assume
with
that
that either. Yeah.
Like I might have the controller like down here going.
we gotta see the CPU on each little person,
There might be a way
And-
around that.
and then you can like just record it, and then or we can watch it live. And just point the little camera at the TV, or there's a way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then we just watch it like that and be like, oh, okay, there goes the boss, there goes my guy.
Well,
Yeah.
If I had the patience, it would be fun to create every one of us and put us in a Royal Rumble. But I don't have
It
those
would.
I don't have that kind of patience.
I should get Lauren to do that. Lauren's pretty artistic with that kind of thing. I should get her to do that.
If I figure out what game I have, I can try to do that.
Do it, Dave.
I have
I just
last
have to
year's.
see which one I have.
I have 22, so I could probably do it.
That's the one with Ray?
Yeah. No, I have the NWO one. I bought the
So Ray's
special edition.
23?
No, Ray's he's 22, but I bought the NWO edition.
Oh, okay, you bought the special edition one.
That's right, Chris. You know it.
So
I'll look into that.
cool. We'll try that then.
Cool.
Yeah, next week we'll get back to some fun, unless Triple H quits and the world explodes. And
Oh God.
other than that, we'll have some fun next week.
Yeah. Fun guaranteed.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Dave, thank you for joining us from the car. Thank you,
Always.
partner. I'll catch you later. We'll see you Friday, if anything. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a good night.